Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. Mariam Jo and I am here to teach you grammar. Dear children, in the previous videos of your grammar, we have covered lesson number 6. We have covered in that your personal pronouns and the cases. Now, today, we are going to cover few more things from lesson number 6, that is pronouns. Let's begin. We have first of all demonstrative pronoun. What do you mean by demonstrative pronoun? Children, this is quite a old topic, I must say, because you have been learning this since many years. Demonstrative pronoun is when you point out something, isn't it? When you point out and show something like that or indicate something, those words by which we indicate, they are known as demonstrative pronouns. Here we have the definition, we will see this. Demonstrative pronouns. A demonstrative pronoun is used to point out the object or objects to which it refers. Demonstrative pronouns is used to point out. As I have told you, it is used to indicate, it is used to point out the object or objects. Means it can point out a single thing or it can point out more than one. Means plural also it can indicate to you. So simply you can understand this. Demonstrative pronouns means when we have to indicate something, whether it is far or near, we use certain words. We have certain examples of this. The very common examples of demonstrative pronouns are these, those, that, and this. These are the common examples which we use. And in this, children, you are also going to see that in this few are indicating your singular, means you can use them in singular, and some words are indicating they can be used only for plural sentences. Like, can you see this word these? These is used when you have plural things. Those is also used when you have plural things. That is used for singular and this is also used for singular. Now let's come to the examples from the book. In the examples here it says, this is my friend's bungalow. Now children, this is my friend's bungalow. This, it means someone is indicating that this is my friend's bungalow. So word this is your demonstrative pronoun. In the same way, you have many examples which are giving you a very good knowledge of demonstrative pronouns. That here I will be reading for you. Fourth one. Those are brave soldiers. When I will indicate those are brave soldiers means to a particular group I am indicating. I am not telling that everyone is brave, but I am particularly pointing out to some soldiers, a group of soldiers, that they are brave. This demonstrative pronoun I will be explaining you with the help of this. This is one picture which I have taken to explain you demonstrative pronouns. Children, demonstrative pronoun is a pronoun that represents a noun and expresses its position as near or far, as you can see in the picture. In the first picture, it shows that leaf is near the hand. Means you can say this leaf, isn't it? Because why you have used the word this? Because the object means the thing, the leaf is near. In the second picture, it is showing you that something is far, the leaf is far. So we have used the word that leaf. In the first picture we have used this leaf, because it was near, that is used for the objects which are far. So that leaf. This is when we have a singular things. Now let's see next picture. It shows that you have more than one leaf, means leaves, and the leaves are near. So you can use these for this. And in the last picture it shows that leaves are there, means many leaves are there, and it shows that leaves are far. So for the far objects, when there are more than one and they are far, you use those to indicate it. So these are the 4 words which are very common examples of demonstrative pronoun. I hope this is clear. So once again I will revise with you. For singular demonstrative pronoun we use this and that, and for plural demonstrative pronoun we use these and those. After understanding demonstrative pronoun, now let's understand what is the difference between demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjectives. Children, for demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjective, we use the same words. The words I have already indicated to you. But how and in which cases it is said to be as demonstrative pronoun, and in which case you can say it, call it as a demonstrative adjective. This we will see. In demonstrative adjectives, children, demonstrative adjectives, they modifies the noun. They do not take the place of noun, but they modifies the noun, and it always comes before the noun. You will always find them coming before the noun. One example I will write. Can you see this? As I have told you that demonstrative adjectives will come before the noun. This is your noun and this is your demonstrative adjective. I have told you demonstrative adjective will come before the noun, and so here this is one of the examples of demonstrative adjective. Here, when we are talking about demonstrative pronouns, you understand one thing? Demonstrative pronoun, why they are used? They are used simply to take the place of noun. They take the place of noun. Like one example I will write for you to give you understanding. This same example which I have explained you earlier, I will explain you again. Those are brave soldiers. Now, those is your demonstrative pronoun, and you can see that those is not before the noun. Here, before the noun we have demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjectives always comes before the noun, but here you can see those is not coming before the, just before the noun. And you can see that those is indicating, those can be the name also. We could have put here the name of the brave soldiers, but we have just indicated with the help of word those. So those is replaced with the noun. That is why demonstrative pronoun is said to be taking the place of the noun. Now we have interrogative pronouns. Children, interrogative pronoun is very simple. It is an interrogative pronoun is used to ask questions. Whenever you have to ask question from someone, how do you say? You have some specific words which you use to ask questions. Very common ones I will take for you. What, which, when, where, All these words we use. Suppose somebody is going somewhere, then what we ask? Where are you going? So here you will learn in interrogative pronouns, you are going to learn that whenever we have to ask questions or the statements which ask questions, they are known as interrogative pronouns. For one example is here, who made fun of you? This is your question. This is not your simple sentence, but this is your question. Who made means I want to inquire that who is the one, who is that person who made fun of you. In the same manner, my dear children, we have difference between interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective. Like we have learned in demonstrative, same way we have the difference in interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective. Interrogative pronouns. I have written example for you. What should I buy for Christmas? Children, interrogative pronouns, they ask question. Definitely all these ask questions, but they do not modify the noun. They ask question, but they will never modify any noun. As you can see here, it is simply asking you what should I buy for Christmas, but it is not modifying any noun in this. Just have a look here. Interrogative adjectives. When we are talking about interrogative adjectives, we will see which color looks better. Now, which is your interrogative adjective? Okay. And color is your noun. Here also it was your interrogative pronoun, but here you don't have any noun which it is modifying. Here which color? Color is your noun and it is asking you which color. It is inquiring from you that which color looks better. That means the word which, the interrogative adjective which is describing the color to you. That is why it is clear that interrogative adjectives, in this we have the nouns and the interrogative adjectives describes the nouns, but here no description of it is there. There is no modification that noun is modified here or noun is described here in it. So it can be said that there is a difference between interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective. In this, here they have also described you down, we will see. Words like what and which can be used both as interrogative pronouns and interrogative adjectives. What and which can come in both. You can have in interrogative pronoun also, and you can have what and which in interrogative adjectives also. Now we have reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns. Pronouns like yourself, myself, herself and when used as the receivers of an action are called reflexive pronouns. Children, whenever in a sentence the doer of the action and the receiver of the action is same, means the person who is doing it and the person who is receiving that action is same, then you can say that we are having a reflexive pronoun. How it is? We have examples to express this. Let's see. The thief hung himself. Now see, the thief is your subject, isn't it? Means the one whom we are talking about in the sentence is your subject, or the one who does the action is your subject. So here the thief hung himself. The thief is your subject and himself is your object. You can say when, as I have told you, when the doer and the receiver is same, then also it means you are having reflexive pronoun. And when the subject and the object of the sentence is same, then also it means you are talking about reflexive pronoun. Here you can see the thief is your subject and hung himself. Hung whom? When we will ask the question what and whom, you will get the answer of object. I hope you remember this thing. I have explained you in your previous videos. When we will ask the thief hung whom, yeah, whom did the thief hang, then you will get the answer. The thief hung himself. Means the himself is your object. So himself is also indicating the thief. It means the thief and himself is the same person we are talking about. In this case, you can see that we generally use the word which ends with self or selves in the reflexive pronouns. As you can see, your self, myself, herself. We also use ourselves, yourselves. Like that also we can use. So all these things are your reflexive pronouns. Here in the book they have given you can say a small formula sort of thing by which you can easily learn. It is here. Subject, to remember reflexive pronoun, what you can remember is subject means this, plus verb means this, plus dash self. Here you can have yourself, herself, myself, itself, anything, but it should end with self. So this is a small formula which you can remember for reflexive pronouns. And here in the book it has given you a note that the action of the verb returns to the doer. That I have already explained you, that the action, whatever action is taking place in the sentence will affect the doer only, will return to the doer of the action. They have given you a beautiful chart in the book. Very beautifully they have described you that. Here, read the following table carefully and learn how personal pronouns change into reflexive pronoun. You have learned the chart of personal pronouns. I have told you all to read that and by heart it. And here you have the personal pronouns and how beautifully it can be changed into your reflexive pronoun. In the first person we use I. I is changed into reflexive pronoun and it becomes myself. In the singular you have a chart of it, and in the plural what you can use. All these things are very nicely explained in the book. You can read this and understand this. I hope whatever I have taught is clear to you. Thank you and have a nice day.